Hey friends, okay, I know we typically do an on-screen intro, but I'm not gonna lie, I started this project over a year ago and did not think far enough ahead in the future to record one of those before starting this project, so we're just gonna jump on in. So today we are tackling our main bedroom in our house. This space may look familiar because I did already share an accent wall project for this space on my channel, but today we're finally covering the full transformation from start to finish. This project is sponsored by my amazing friends at DAP Products. So fun fact, before this house, we literally had lived in 3 or 4 different apartments. And of those 3 or 4 different apartments, they were all studios. So this is really only our second time we've ever had a bedroom, which is super exciting. But this bedroom definitely needed a lot of work when we moved in. There wasn't enough closet space. We wanted to change the color. The original hardwood floors were hiding under that floating laminate. So first thing I did was remove that laminate flooring. I did end up hiring someone to do the entire first floor of my house in terms of refinishing the original hardwood flooring, and I'm so happy that I did that. So while I left the floor restore process to the pros, Dad and I were busy upgrading the HVAC system in this entire house. I have a video on that if you're interested, so definitely check that out. It is linked below this video. But in terms of closing up the walls, I patched everything using drywall, tape, and my go-to patching product for this entire home reno, DAP's Dry Dex Joint Compound. I love using this compound because it's lightweight, easy to apply, and it goes on pink but dries white, so there are never any guessing games when figuring out if the joints are ready to sand. But while that dried, I actually had access to the crew that was helping remove the load-bearing wall from my kitchen, and since I was still working in my full-time job, I had them work some magic for me while I was at work. I had the closet door moved from the hallway to the bedroom. So now, as you can see, we have 2 closets in the bedroom instead of just 1. So they're really tiny closets, but 2 is better than 1, which is also better than none, right? So, I guess I'll open it and show it to you. Ta-da! Yeah, it's filled with crap right now, but you get the picture. All right, so I have to paint the ceiling and do some patchwork because we now have climate control, yay, in our bedroom, and that means that I have removed the air conditioner unit that was over here. There also used to be, I don't know if you remember, I'm sure you remember because I just showed it to you in the befores, a glass block window there, and I removed that as well, and that is because I have a fun something prepared. This is my fun something move prepared for this wall that I'm gonna get started on this week. But before I can do that, I have to do a second coat of patching on this and then paint the ceiling. Let's get started. Ugh, I literally would rather be eating onions right now, and onions make me vomit, so. All right, so after I complained about painting ceilings, I then prepared the rest of the room for paint while the second coat of joint compound dried. I also tackled any smaller cracks and imperfection using DAP's Dry Dex Dry Time Indicator spackling. This stuff is also awesome because just like the joint compound, it goes on pink and dries white, so there are never any guessing games for when it is time to sand it down smooth. So I love multitasking because at this point I was full-blown weekend warrior with a full-time job. So while the walls were drying, I moved on to painting the ceiling, and it was so necessary for this room. Wait until you see the color of the paint versus the original ceiling. It's impressive. Also, PSA, make sure to thoroughly wipe down your ceilings before you start painting because I clearly missed a spot here and didn't catch it until it was too late. At this point though, everything was dry and ready to be sanded, so I just took a sanding block and sanded down all of those patches and all of those fixes and made sure that my walls were nice and smooth before wiping them down and adding a layer of primer to anything that I patched just to prevent any flashing through the paint. And at this point it was time to prep and suit up to paint the entire room. Cue the fashion show, just wait until you catch this getup. All right, so once I was ready for New York Fashion Week, it was time to paint the room. I chose to use a sprayer for this project, and I also opted for a color that is very different from every other color that you have seen in my house so far. And once that paint dried, it was time to move on to the accent wall. Now I have a full video for this wood accent wall on my channel already. I will link it below this video, but I basically added some 1/4-inch plywood to the wall where the bed is going. And then I just sealed everything using my sprayer, and it made such a huge impact in the space. So once that accent wall was ready to roll, it was time for some finishing touches, which meant a happy dance, obviously, because I was finally getting some work done in this space. So I decided at this point to add some trim work to all of the windows and the doors in the room, as well as finish the trim work on the floors. And then to give everything that nice professional polished look, I added some Alex Flex premium molding and trim sealant to all of those gaps in between the trim and the walls. Can't forget to fill in those nail holes and those points where all of the angles meet as well. I absolutely love this product. After applying it, I use a wet paper towel or my finger to just wipe away the excess, and in about 30 minutes it is ready to be painted. It honestly could not be an easier process. I know that DAP is sponsoring this video, but friends, I've been using them for over a decade and I'm obsessed with everything that they produce. Now let's talk about the windows, the bane of my existence in this entire house. All of the windows in this house, they are broken. So to band-aid all of them, I'm painting them until we can afford to replace them. The ones in this bedroom are the worst in the entire house, just saying. All right, so in YouTube time-wise on YouTube, it's been 2 seconds since I've been in this bedroom, but in real life, I am filming this right here in November, and last time I was actually in this space doing work was in July. So since I was in here in July, like a decent amount of stuff has happened in here. When Chris got injured in September, he wasn't able to go up and down the stairs, so because of that, we did have to move our bedroom to the downstairs bedroom, which is fine, but we just weren't expecting to be using the downstairs bedroom now. So right now, like, there is a bed in here, there is a cabinet in here, there are random things all over the floor in here, but nothing in here is actually set in stone. And one of those random things that are in here is a box or 2 boxes with a disassembled dresser. I keep it real here. I ordered these things back in August. They arrived in September. They sat in boxes in the living room until mid to end October, and now they're in our bedroom in November, and I decided that today's the day that I'm going to assemble them. So I'm going to get started on this and hopefully finish this today, and then I'm actually going to get back to work on some of the other construction related things. Just a lot to be done in here, so let's get started. I know I can't be the only person who does this, like orders something, lets it sit in a box for a couple months, and then eventually assembles it. I also can't be the only person who thinks that these things are going to be so easy, and then you actually assemble them, and then spoiler alert, they're not. No, I'm just going to crawl in this dresser and live in it. I just put this whole thing together and just got to step 5. We're only on step 5. I feel like I've been working on this thing for like 2 hours, and every single one of these brackets are on the wrong way, and they are screwed into this dresser with other brackets underneath. So now I have to unscrew 22 screws, flip every single one of these over. You know what? I'm just not gonna do that tonight. Just not gonna do it. Instead, I'm just gonna go pour myself an adult beverage and eat some dinner. That sounds like way more fun. That's what's happening. Okay, I'm gonna come back and finish this tomorrow. Yep, I didn't even throw the directions out. I followed them, I swear.
Hey friends, welcome back to DIY Huntress hair flip.
Yeah, I don't do a hair flip.
Now you do.
I do. Hair flip. Yeah, Jordan's here! For those of you who are new here and might not know Jordan's my little brother. People think we're twins, but I tell them that he's the older twin because he looks older than me.
I do look old.
I don't even know if you're in the frame.
I'm probably not in the frame. I'm too tall.
You're too tall. Hold on.
My head's cut off.
I set
See?
this camera for me to be... There he is! Okay, so Jordan and I are gonna put the drawers together because...
Fair. I have to come to your level now?
Yeah. Also, like, just for the record, he's literally home for Thanksgiving break right now, and I'm putting him to work because that's what sisters do, right?
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, you want to say it?
Let's get started.
On this dresser, which I already actually started, but that's okay. You all know how much I miss Jordan's help because he used to help me so much with projects on the channel, and it was so nice to be able to work on a small little project with him, just even if it was for a couple of hours on Thanksgiving. But yeah, we were able to kind of knock out this dresser pretty easily with 2 people, which felt great, which meant I could move on to things I actually like doing. Okay, well, I have a piece left, so hope this wasn't important. I hate this. This one piece is gonna make me overthink this entire build. But at least I have a spot to put all of our clothes. Well, some of our clothes. I gotta get working on those closets too. There's so much to do. All right, dresser's done. On to the next. Let's go. Okay, so there were no lights in most rooms in this house when we moved in. So I had my electrician put ceiling light in here, and we've just been living with this bulb hanging out of our ceiling for, admittedly, like maybe 8 months now. So I think it's finally time to change it. So I'm gonna change it to something better than a bare bulb hanging out of the ceiling. You know what I mean? Editing videos makes me look better and more organized than I actually am in real life. Just being honest. Also, it's like pitch black in here at 4:30 in the afternoon. Gotta love the winter. In full transparency, I ended up switching out the fixture that you were going to see me install right here. It ended up being too small for the room. I put something a little bigger there, but I will link it below this video for you to check out later if you're interested. Other than eventually swapping out that light fixture, all that was left in this bedroom were final touches, and I'm gonna be honest, they took way longer than I was intending for them to take because it is clearly March, and last time I checked in this video, it was in November. But anyway, I added some plug-in sconces. I finally stole the closet door from the home gym. Check out that video if you don't know what I'm talking about, although now that room is missing a closet door, but I'll figure that out later. And I did some final touch-up paint and added some little custom touches like a custom headboard and also a custom radiator cover. I do have a short video of the radiator cover build on my channel, and the headboard is coming soon. With those few custom touches, I was finally able to call this project that literally, kind of embarrassingly, it took me over a year to do, finished, and I'm so happy with the way that this room looks. It is definitely a different vibe than the rest of our house, but it feels like we are sleeping in a hotel every single night, and I'm here for it. I kind of feel like sometimes seeing people do projects on YouTube in a 15-minute video or like a 30-second short form video can make it seem like we're not doing enough, and that is why I'm sharing that this project took me over a year, because I totally understand what it's like to work on something for a long time and feel like everybody else is just getting things done faster than you. But the reality is, friends, life happens, and we can fit in projects when we can fit them in, and that's okay because any progress is still progress and it's worth it in the end. That being said, I'm so stoked about this space. I'm so excited that you are all along on this journey with me, no matter how long these projects take. So thank you so much for being awesome. I have so many fun things coming up very soon that I cannot wait to share with you. So please make sure to stay subscribed and put those notification bells on. You guys are amazing, and I can't wait to be on this new journey with you. Spoiler alert, it includes a new workshop, and I can't wait to take you with me. But until then, friends, happy DIYing.